Good morning and welcome to the Crufts main arena here, where we've got next the Heelwork To music competition. Now it's going to be an exciting competition because we've got 10 of the best dogs in the country. They've qualified up through all the classes to get first of all to the semi-finals and then win one of the coveted 10 places to get here today to work on this big green carpet. And it's a dream really of many of these handlers to get these dogs out into this main arena at Crufts. It's a pinnacle of what they want to do with their dogs. And so they've achieved part of their dream, and now they're going to see if they can get to that top spot and be Crufts champion. Now we've got 3 judges today that are very experienced, and they're going to be looking at 3 areas, and each of those areas carries 10 points. So we have content and flow, accuracy and team performance, and musical interpretation. And if you've never watched before, we'll explain a little bit more about each of those as we go through. Obviously, as it's Heelwork To Music Day, the focus is going to be on the heelwork positions. And you'll see 8 heelwork positions in some of the routines being exhibited. And here is one of our judges, and this is Jan Debham, very experienced, comes from the south of England. Next is Christine Hodgson. She's our head judge. And both of these judges regularly are judging up and down the country, and that's why they've been asked to judge today. And last of all is our international judge, and this is Brigitte van Gestel. And all these 3 judges won't have seen any of these routines before, so they're coming to it with a sort of a clear, clean view, and it's going to be really exciting competition.
The judges are going to be judging a total of 30
now, our first dog today is very unusual, and there you can see her. Her name is Fame, and she's a small dog, and you wouldn't believe, but that's quite a rarity in a Heelwork To music competition, because a lot of these competitions are dominated by the Border Collies, and especially within the Heelwork To music division. So Fame is striding out and setting the pace, and being a small dog, she might even be the smallest dog to ever get to a Crufts Heelwork To music final. But she is partnered with Carol Dodson, who's a very experienced handler, and we're actually going to see Carol with a collie as well later on in the competition. So she's got her work cut out today to work 2 dogs, remember 2 routines, and I'm sure little Fame here is not going to let her down. Carol previously won this Heelwork To music final, so she's performing today to a song called Bang the Remix. So little Fame, 9 years old, we wish them well.
I get up, I get down, and I'm jumping around, and the rumpus and ruckus are comfortable now. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow. So I got an apartment across from the park, quinoa in my fridge, still I'm not feeling grown. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to go.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang, let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever, I'm way too old to try. So whatever, come hang, let's go out with a bang. feel like I'm gonna puke, cause my taxes are due. Do my password begin with a 1 or a 2? Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow.
Metronome.
Man, I'm up to something. Oodie-la-dee-do, thank you all for coming. I hope you like the show, cause it's on a budget. So oodie-la-dee-do, yeah. Come on, here we go, yeah. Come on.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try. So whatever, come hang. Let's go out with a bang. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to go. So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang.
Here we go.
So way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try. So whatever, come hang. Let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try. So whatever, come hang. Let's go out with a bang.
Here we go.
Well
Fantastic
done,
start
little
right here,
fame
ladies and
there.
competition.
A
Please
big
give a huge round of
arena
applause
for a
for
little dog like that to cover. And it was a nice demonstration of many of the Heelwork To music positions, and importantly, the directional work. And so you saw little fame there going to the side. Here we can see her doing a reverse heel going to the side, and that requires the dog to be very body aware. It's got to really be aware of its back end and move that back end, try and stay straight, because the judges are going to be looking at the accuracy of these heel work positions, and not just one position. The dog, say, can be a certain distance away from the handler. It has to maintain that through the other positions. So little fame there. A right little star to kick off the competition with today. The judges are entering their scores. Remember, this is out of a total of 30 marks. Each judge will score, and then it will be averaged, and we will get to find out what little Carol and Fame managed to do there. And the judges are looking at several different areas under each of those titles that the judges are looking at: content and flow, accuracy, musical interpretation. There's loads of points, and the judges have to make sort of their idea from their experience of judging where they're going to mark this first dog. So the marks have been entered, and we can see here content in around the 7 mark there. So good to kick off. Accuracy is next. Was it accurate? Was it the same throughout all the positions? Again, around the 7s there. And the interpretation of the music, was the handler using that music to change the dog into, say, another heel rec position when the music and the phrasing changed. So 21.2 kicks off our Heelwork To music final. So our second dog today is Foxy. Now, Foxy's a lovely 10-year-old red and white border collie. It's actually her second time competing here, first time last year, and she's been quite a difficult dog for Lucy to train, and they've really sort of got to come to an understanding as she's got older. They're performing to a track called Lost Boy.
There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. And ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. He sprinkled me in pixie dust and told me to believe, believe in him and believe in me. Together we will fly away in a cloud of green to your beautiful destiny. As we soared above the town that never loved me, I realized I finally had a family. Soon enough we reached Neverland. Peacefully my feet hit the sand, and ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, darling, even Captain Hook, you are my perfect storybook. Neverland, I love you so, you are now my home, sweet home forever, a lost boy at last. And for always I will sing, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free.
Wow, what a super routine there from Lucy and Foxy, showing some amazingly good heel work there. Dog sticking on the handler's leg with no hands, helping the dog stay in position, and that's going to score probably quite highly with the judges here, because that dog also just had that a little bit of X factor. It was enjoying it, and everything you're seeing these dogs do here today is done using what we call positive reinforcement. So that's using toys and treats to get that dog to really want to work. And a dog like Foxy, she's not been an easy dog to get to this level, but you can really see the bond between that handler and dog there. And the choice of music was very more of an emotional type of music, and it suited the team. They flowed along. So the flow of the routine comes into our first section, content and flow, and so the judges are looking how these maneuvers and positions are put together, and they're looking for a variety of them. So they want to make sure that there's varied content. And Foxy did really nicely there, taking the commands, reacting to the commands, and sometimes cues from the handler's body as well. So sometimes they're not vocal commands, they're actually physical signals as well. So it looks like the marks are coming in, and there we see lovely Foxy, tail up wagging, jumping through the arms there, and nice little bit of freestyle in there, which is allowed in Heelwork To music. And some nice accents there with the jumps. So the scores are going to be quite good for this, I predict. So lovely work there, and a nice ending, and Lucy very pleased with that, I'm sure.
27 puts Lucy into first place.
Oh, so there we can see, look at that, 9s in the top, 9s in the interpretation. Jan Devon liking that, really nice. Yes, 9.3 for interpretation. 27, that's a pretty high score at this level. These next teams are really going to have to find it now to try and pick, but it is possible, very possible, and this could be a team that could beat that. This is Lucy Creek with her lovely young dog. He's called Bakersfield. He's only 3 years old. They're performing to a track called Play.
Can you remember back when you were young? When all the simple things you did were so much fun. You got lost somewhere along the way. You've forgotten how to play every single day. Am I right? I remember back when I was just a boy. I got a gun and holster for a Christmas toy. Pretending to be a cowboy was the very best, 'cause I was always the fastest gun in all the West. I'd play, remember like it was yesterday. I was young and having fun, playing all my cares away. Play, remembering you will see.
The world is so mysterious and wild when you start to see it through the eyes
of a child. Mr. Cromer, surely you must have a childhood memory.
There's a memory that I could share of sliding down the banister of our old stairs. Only for a moment I was in midair, and for that moment I really thought that I could fly.
The moment that my father told me of the fable, I wanted to be a knight of the King's Round Table. A saucepan on my head and a spoon for a sword. I ventured and prevail, returning with the Holy Grail and play. Imagine like it was yesterday. We were young and having fun, playing all our cares away. Play. Remember and you will see the world is so mysterious and wild when you start to see it through the eyes of a child.
Miss Bassett.
I used to dream I was a ballerina.
And I was a gladiator in a large arena.
I used to dream Prince Charming would one day be mine.
You've seen you've had an imagination all this time. Imagine like it was yesterday. We were young and having fun, playing all our cares away. Play. Remember and you will see the world is so mysterious and wide when you start to see it through the eyes of a child.
Make way, nursery rhymes. Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away.
Oh, I've got one. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick.
know the King's men couldn't put Humpty together again. 1, 2, up on my 2, 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up 6. Oh, here we go. 6 on the sixpence, a pocket full of rye. 4 running backwards, baked in a pie. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down.
Well done, Bakersfield and Lucy. And Lucy is a very experienced handler. And in fact, Lucy and this dog, Bakersfield's father, was a dog called Skiffle. And Skiffle was a previous winner of not only the Heelwork To Music final here at Crufts, but also the freestyle. So Bakersfield there has got a lot to live up to. But for a 3-year-old to come out here with all the things going on in this ring and cameras and people, etc., it's quite daunting, and you could still see he was enjoying himself when he's out there, and that is just so important with this sport, is that the dogs are really just enjoying themselves. Many of these dogs will have been gradually brought on, and training often takes at least a couple of years to get them up to competition level. It takes many hours of working, just in this case on the individual heel work positions, to get the dog to maintain them without the hand being there. So the judges are looking to see what aids the handler are using, and if the handler's holding their hand, say on their leg, to keep the dog's focus in the position, that's obviously not as good as somebody who's got their arms out and the dog's holding them in the same position without that sort of hand help. So all these are all the things the judges will be looking at when they are thinking about what score they're going to give these teams. So Lucy and Bakersfield there was our third team.
How did we do then for accuracy?
And showed some nice little bits of freestyle in the routine as well. He's such a happy dog, is Bakersfield. And Lucy, a very accomplished handler. You can never tell whether it's going wrong, Lucy, because she's very good at sort of, if it was going wrong, she can quickly adjust, bring the dog in. And that's the beauty about this sport, is that it's not written down what this dog's going to do. They don't have to submit a routine beforehand. So it's not like the judges are looking whether they're sticking to that routine. And there we can see they've gained 25.87, and that puts them into second place. And it was a nice ending there with the lyrics of the music saying, "We all fall down," and they fell down. So again, that's good musical interpretation, which is one of the sections the judges will be looking at. So our fourth competitor is Gina Pink, and she's with Swagger, working sheepdog, 6 years old. They're going to be performing to Bring Me to Life. This is Swagger's second time competing, and Gina has a very busy time here because she organises behind the scenes all these Crufts finals. So how she works a dog as well, I don't know. So we wish Gina and Swagger the best of luck.
absolutely
Well,
beautiful,
there we
ladies and
go.
gentlemen.
Swagger enjoying himself out there in the ring. Such a happy dog. Apparently his two loves in life are Heelwork To music and tennis balls, which I think goes for a lot of border collies. So Gina and Swagger there, showing off something that the judges are looking for, which is team performance. And team performance is all about showing off the harmony between the dog and the handler. And you know, this is one sport where it really does show off that bond that somebody creates with their dogs. And through those many hours of training that the handlers will have been going through with these dogs, and it sounds a lot, but the dogs just so enjoy it that you know, these dogs are working for 4 minutes in this ring today, and they're working for no visible rewards, and so that has to be built up over time, and that's why many of these dogs might be, you know, over 5 years old, because it takes a while to build up the dog's duration of working. So that was our fourth handler, and at the moment I think we've got Lucy Heath there in front with the lovely Foxy with 27 points, which is a very good score, but we've got some good handlers still to come. So the handlers can choose any sort of music to use, and that is something that the judges are taking into consideration, is that did these handlers choose the right music for that dog? Did it suit that team? Did it suit that dog? Was it a serious track and the dog was like running around with a smile on its face and it didn't like look like it was right for that dog? And they have to make that judgment from their experience of judging many dogs over the years. And you know, there we can see they've got 23.10, which puts them into third place. So lovely wagging tail of Swagger. I love his smiling face. So there we can see some nice scores there. Into third place, not bad at all. So we're on to number 5, and this is another Dodson. This is Michelle Dodson. It's Carol's daughter, and this is Nia's first time in the final.
Do you seek out the spark of danger in the dark when shadows cold and stark are all around you?
Do you thrive on the thrill of shrieks so loud and shrill as twists and turns and chilling scares astound you?
Do you crave tales of creatures that recoil from the light?
Then follow if you dare, let all who do beware, for you may find a snare that fills your soul with fright and gives you goosebumps in the night.
You feel a flash of fear.
You think there's someone here. You tell yourself you know that you're alone.
But then you feel a sudden jolt.
Your skin starts to revolt.
Your fear begins to grow, and then before you even know it, you've got goosebumps, goosebumps. You're covered head to toe in goosebumps.
And yet you feel a strange delight.
So follow if you dare, but oh, do beware.
For you may find a scare that fills your soul with fright and gives you goosebumps in the night.
It's got you crawling out of your skin.
Is it knowing something's out there and it's trying to get in?
What's got you looking over your shoulder?
What's got you frozen in your tracks and feeling even colder?
Is it an angry ghost or maybe just a haunted toaster?
To sing blood, send your heart right up a roller coaster.
Is death the thing you fear or maybe something in the mirror?
Or the thought of
Someone chasing you and getting nearer.
what keeps you up, what fills you with dread? Something under your bed.
Spider?
Can the climb apart? Or is it possible impossible. The thing you fear most is meeting up with a ghost. Do you survive on screams?
Deadly notes and dreams.
Head for a house that seems it might be haunted.
Do you begin to burst when cameras might be cursed?
When vampires start to thirst, are you undaunted?
Does a demon like dummy make you scream into light? Then follow if you dare, but all who do beware, for you may find a scare that fills your soul with fright
And gives you goosebumps in the night. You dream a dream of dread that drives you from your bed.
It's nothing but a nightmare, this you know.
But then your stomach starts to fall.
Your skin begins to crawl.
Your fear begins to grow, and then before you even know it, you've got goosebumps, goosebumps. You're going numb and growing goosebumps.
And yet you feel a strange delight.
So follow if you dare,
But all who do beware,
for you may find a scare that fills your soul with fright and gives you goosebumps in the night. And gives you goosebumps in the night.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big hand. That is Michelle Dodson. And
Well done there to Michelle and Nia. I mean, a really nice routine for her first time, Nia's first time in the ring. She really enjoyed herself there, performing to Goosebumps, if you couldn't tell from the music. So there will be another good one for these judges to debate on. What marks are they going to give this team? And obviously they're thinking a little bit about those dogs that are previously comes. Where does it sort of rank? But they've also got in their head what they think deserves a 10. And I can say it's very rare that we see 10s in the sport. It used to be a little bit more prevalent in the early days, but nowadays to get into 9s can be quite an achievement. So holding a nice cross front position there, whacking her tail again, and another dog that's got like a permanent smile on her face, and enjoying herself out there today. And the judges will be taking into consideration this harder work here, where the dog is moving sideways and the handler moving into the dog, and now the dog's moving backwards in that position. And they're constantly, the judges are looking how accurate is that, what help is the handler giving the dog to maintain that position. Is there any mistakes? And, you know, occasionally mistakes happen. It's dogs. That's what happens. But it's how does the handler react to that mistake? So the scores are in for Michelle and Nia. Oh, there's a 9 there from Christine, our head judge, for content. So a little bit of divergence there with the content marks from Jan, but that is the way it goes with the scoring. Different judges see different things and have different expectations. 25.53 is a good score into 3rd place for a first time at Crufts. It's very good. And now we go to Michelle's mum. It's like a Dodson day out. It's Carol back again. This is Legend. Now Legend is 9 years old, and he's actually the 3rd dog that Carol's been competing with. And this dog's father won this Heelwork To Music Championship, and so Legend performing to Incantation today.
Here we go. Amazing.
Well
Give
done,
a huge round of
Legend
applause,
and
Dobson.
Carol. And Carol really looking the part there with her outfit. The costume is something the judges will take into account of the handler, but it must never overshadow the dog, because it's always the dog that we're looking at, really. And I was always told a saying, which is the dog should be the picture and the handler should be the frame. And their Legend, at 9 years old, still really up for it and ready to go. So some nice controlled work and some nice little bits of freestyle in there as well with Legend. Another dog with a permanent smiley face. And those movements there that Carol's doing with her hands could be very distracting to that dog, but the dog's been desensitized to those movements that the handler's doing, so it's not sort of chasing after the handler's hands because the handler's moving them, and that's quite hard for the dog. It's got to maintain the position, and handlers moving their hands around, but not go and go and see the hands and see whether there's a reward in there or something like that. And so that's what takes a lot of the training. Lovely footwork there. One of Legend's strengths. He's a very prancy dog that you really want to make the most of in a routine like that. So that was competitor number 6. We still have 27, I believe, to beat. And so we've got 3 more, I think, to go. So it will be a bit of a nervous wait for Lucy Heath and Foxy to see whether anyone's going to pip her from or take that first place away.
And the musical interpretation of what our judges are looking for. Just getting the final scores into the system, and then we will see.
So the judges making their final deliberations.
All right, here we go.
And we will see what they have come up with. And here we go. Some low 8s there for content, and some 7s and 8s for interpretation. So quite reasonable. No deductions. And deductions just means any noise. That's the only thing. So 24.20.
Well, I'm going to hand you over now to Kate, who's going to have a chat with our judge. And I believe it's a chat with our head judge this time. Kate.
Okay, so welcome, Christine. I believe you're our head judge, is that correct? So welcome. Just a quick question. So obviously our competitors are trying to impress all the judges here. How do they decide what to put in the routine?
First of all, they need to choose the music, so the music needs to suit them as well as their dog. Once they've decided the music, then they can think about the choreography of it and think about the phrases and the time and in the music, so then they can start to work out what they would like to include or something that would emphasize the speed of the music, something like that. So it really depends on what music they've chosen to try and interpret that the best they can, and then they can decide what actually they want to put in.
Okay, that's brilliant, and presumably what they're good at.
Yes,
they
exactly.
want to showcase the good bits,
yes,
don't
you
they?
want to do the good bits and then practice some of the bits maybe that need a little bit more work on, but yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Back
Kate.
to you, John.
Okay.
So a nice little insight there from our head judge, Christine.